Alright, welcome back to the channel, and I didn't think I loved this game. At least the story mode anyway was top notch. Like, this story mode, I'm just gonna get it out of the way now. I'd say this story mode is either an 8 or a 7. Maybe a 7.5. No, 7.5 and an 8. I will leave it at that, somewhere around in there. I mean, it doesn't pick up, like, the story never gets boring between the cutscenes, the character dialogue, the areas you're going. The story's constantly changing up. Like in Act 1, you're like, I think it's like a little bit after Gears 4, then they do a time skip a few months later. Stuff has really changed around. They're like in the ice area, and then you go to Act 3, and then it's freaking, you're in a desert, as you can see in the gameplay right now. Act 4, you're back to where you kind of started in Act 1, but everyone's kind of in a different place, and it's pretty much the finale. But stuff doesn't start going down until Act 2. That's when stuff starts to really go down. I mean, Act 1, towards the end, you kind of have the JD screwed up and he's trying to learn from his mistakes and no one really trusting because he got a lot of people killed type of thing. Then in Act 2, Kate pretty much, spoiler alert, I'm gonna throw it up there right now, spoiler alert. Kate kills her uncle Oscar, which if you play Gears 4, you'll recognize him. In Gears 5, he's only in there for like maybe a total of 2 minutes, maybe. He's not in there very long, and pretty much she gets snatched up by Snatcher, and she's like controlling these different like swarm and all of that, and then she pretty much she goes and kills Oscar. Like, I think you lose control of the swarm and he goes and kills Oscar. I think once you get close enough to him, he just automatically dies. There's no saving him. He's a casualty, and that's how she gets the skiff in the game, and it just kind of propels her. Like, she's just like, I've killed my uncle, someone who's very close to me. I killed him. He's dead because of me. I'm trying to figure this out. And then I think in Act 3, no, it's towards the end of Act 2, pretty much Kate kind of comes face to face with her mother again, which her mother's gone. That is not her mother anymore. That is someone completely different than what her mother was. And they make that very clear in the story mode. She's like pretty much the vessel of what her mom. She looks like her mom, but infested with the swarm. And she's pretty much, I don't think she might be acting as the queen. I'm not too sure because they showed Mira towards the end of the game, and I'm guessing Mira's the queen, and I'm a little fuzzy on that. So you might want to watch someone else to kind of get a better understanding for that. But yeah, after that, stuff doesn't start going down until Act 4. I mean, there's stuff in between the end of Act 2 and the beginning of Act 4. I can't remember which chapter it is in Act 4, but pretty much Mira, I think it's the beginning, it's the very end of Chapter 1. I think that's what it is. It's at the very end. I'm not going to show it here because I want it to be kind of like, if you're, like, I want you to experience it if you haven't already. So another big spoiler alert, you get a choice to kill JD or Dell. It comes out of nowhere, like you're just automatically attacked by Mira, and she's holding them up, and you grab a pistol, or no, you grab a knife, and you get a choice. You get, like, I think you're timed. I'm not too sure because it went by so fast. Like, you got Dell and JD. Personally, for me, I like JD better. I'm not a racist. I'm not all of that. I like Dell. He wasn't bad. He was just, he just didn't resonate with me. He seemed like a cool dude, like you'd want to be friends with. He seemed very reliable, but JD just had that character in this game that he didn't have last game. And Dell, if Dell had some character development, yeah, I probably would have been more inclined to save Dell, depending on how their characters grew. The only thing Dale really did in this game was supported Kate. He supported Kate and didn't trust JD. That's pretty much all he really did in this game. That he's a support character like Jack was. But yeah, I mean, I saved JD, but yeah, it ends there. It pretty much ends on a cliffhanger at the end of chapter 2. Ends on a very big cliffhanger of, well, Dale or JD, whichever one you picked, is now dead. And it kind of like how in Gears 4 it ended on a cliffhanger. You don't know what's gonna happen. Like, I mean, obviously you can guess what's gonna happen. They're gonna find Mira, try to kill her. They probably won't kill her, because I mean that's just how Gears has been. She's been around since the beginning as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, that's the story mode. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. It's just like your regular shooter game mode, and it still had a good story mixed with the open world elements that really elevated the story and kept you captivated through the whole playthrough. And honestly, it's really, like, you could play this over and over again, honestly. There's a lot of replay value in this. And now we get to the multiplayer. This is going to encapsulate just multiplayer and escape, because I haven't played Horde yet. As of yet, I haven't played. My friends have all played it but me. But I don't know, after I played a shitload of Call of Duty Zombies, the Survivor game modes just really got, like, tedious for me. And plus, Gears Horde mode, for me personally, really good concept. I like it. You're holding an area down, you have, like, pretty much a base, you have your friends, you're, like, pretty much just killing people, just killing hordes. It's fun. I'm gonna play it, don't get me wrong, but just after playing a lot of Call of Duty Zombies, where you're pretty much holding your ground against waves of enemies, it kind of gets old after a while. I do blame myself for that. I'm not gonna blame the game developers for putting in Horde mode and saying they should take it out, because that's like a staple of Gears. Like, people love Horde mode, and I wouldn't doubt if Escape will be in Gears 6, which I will get to that in a minute too, but I'm just gonna guess by the way I've heard, Horde mode is just like any other Horde mode in Gears. I mean, I'm guessing you can pick the characters that you can pick in multiplayer and just survive with them. And I think it's like up to 4 players. I actually don't know. Don't quote me on that. I don't know how many players you can have. But Horde mode, probably good. Stamp of approval. Okay, so escape mode, which, to me, escape mode is like a mixture of Call of Duty Ghost Extinction mode mixed with Left 4 Dead. It's like a mix of those two, but it's a lot more fast-paced than those two. It's like, pretty much you're taking the Gears gameplay, and then you're throwing elements of Left 4 Dead and Call of Duty Extinction, because how it reminisced of Extinction was you got an endpoint. You actually have an endpoint, unlike Call of Duty Zombies and all that. You have an actual endpoint that you're trying to reach. Exactly. Same with Left 4 Dead, actually. Left 4 Dead has the same element. But the reason why it reminds me of Left 4 Dead is the safe houses that you can go into, or safe rooms. You go and resupply on ammo and all that, and then you're right back out the door. It's very fast-paced, and you're probably going to die a lot if you have it on the more difficult, difficulties. But, I mean, it still isn't as hard as you're probably thinking it is, but yeah, I mean, escape mode's really fun, and multiplayer is, if you want the Gears experience with the Gnasher and Lancer and all that, go in the ranked. Just go in the ranked. If you want something more casual, go into the arcade quick play. Just go in there. I personally was preferring the quick play, but it seems like all of my friends are going more towards ranked, and I'm starting to get more addicted to ranked, so that's actually what I'm playing in this game mode, is ranked. But yeah, that's pretty much the multiplayer aspect of the game. And also you got the co-op campaign too, but that's just the campaign with co-op. Nothing too special about that. It's just pretty self-explanatory. But yeah, this game overall is a good game, and I just hope everyone enjoys it. I know I enjoyed it. 8 out of 10 game for me. I'll catch y'all later. Deuces.